Almost every restaurant has some sort of secret recipe. Some companies like Coca-Cola hold their recipe in a bank vault that only 2 people have access to. It's so heavily guarded because it's considered their lifeblood. On the flip side, you have several chefs like Gordon Ramsay and Wolfgang that give away their recipes in their cookbooks. According to Coke, giving away their recipe should drive them completely out of business, but it's actually done the opposite by driving more people to their restaurants. Why is that? Well, in this episode, I'll give that answer along with more reasons on why you should give away your secret recipe. There's a story I read a while back that I couldn't seem to find again, so some of the specifics might be a little off here. But it goes a little something like this. There was this guy that made one of the most famous steaks in all of Texas. Well, he decided one day to give away his recipe. His restaurant was so popular, there was a line going out the door and around the building. So a lot of people questioned why he would do this and asked if he was afraid that he was going to go out of business. And he simply responded that even with the recipe, people wouldn't be able to make it as good as him. This guy figured out that even with step-by-step instructions, the amount of time he spent on his craft and making his steaks, nobody could match him. It's really the ultimate sign of confidence in what you do to just give it away like that for other people to try to do it the same way. So, because of that confidence, he gains something the bank vault recipe companies just can't gain, and that's trust. Much of what the advertising and marketing people in the world do is focus on making people aware of products. But that's one of the easiest parts of the funnel to fill because it's something you could literally just throw money at. Doing things like making a commercial or doing ads on social media do that trick. However, those things don't necessarily build trust. I talk about it quite a bit in other episodes, but the most difficult step in any sales funnel is to gain the trust required for a person to make a purchase. Think about the last 5 things that you've purchased. It was probably a result of reading a review, a testimonial, a case study, or seeing some kind of proof of that specific product helping you or somebody else do something better. I realize authenticity is one of those buzzwords right now that people are tired of hearing about, but it still very much applies to how trust is built. Doing something like sharing industry or company secrets, it may be difficult, but it makes a huge impact with your audience. It immediately turns heads because people are used to being asked for things all the time, and whenever you turn the tables and give them something, it definitely makes them notice. About 3 or 4 years ago, I came up with a way to create a sort of stop-motion sketch in a super fast and easy way inside of After Effects. My first thought was to hold on to this secret, but after a couple days, I was wondering why I would want to do that exactly. So I decided to make my first tutorial on how I made that effect, and that tutorial alone has brought me quite a bit of an audience. After a couple years, it had thousands of views and was featured on a couple sites. It was that day, really, that I learned that sharing what you know is more valuable than keeping it a secret. So get out there and start sharing everything you know. After all, nobody has put in the same amount of time into their craft as you have to be able to make it nearly as good as you. I'll see you next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the season finale of The Zwelly Show. Thanks.